Hey guys, this is Armando, and today I want to talk about the manifestation tools that have helped me the most in the past few years. In the past 3 years, I've manifested a job getting the exact pay that I wanted, and then a second job, which more than doubled my pay, and also this nice place that I live in now with my wife. So I was thinking about, there's so many manifestation ideas out there, right? So many things, so much information, so many techniques and stuff. And so I was just reflecting the other day about what exactly worked for me in these cases. And so I've compiled a list of, beliefs and techniques and just things that I actually did. And so I want to share them with you today. So the first thing I want to share is a pretty fundamental one. And you don't have to believe this, but it helps to believe in something, right? A lot of conversations about manifestation include the universe and God and all of that, and frequency and vibration, energy, all that stuff. A lot of them don't, but the belief that I had, that I would remind myself of, that helps me to this day, I actually got from reading Neville Goddard and, The Science of Getting Rich and Conversations with God and even Think and Grow Rich to an extent. It's the belief that reality is infinite. It's the belief that everything in reality that has existed, could have ever existed, will exist, could ever exist, exists right now in the present moment. We're just not experiencing it. Now, we're not experiencing all those possibilities in the physical world, but nonetheless, they exist, and they exist in the present moment. And this kind of lends itself to another belief, which is that maybe we can't go to those states physically, immediately right now, but we can, with our consciousness, become aware of those states and start to embody them. And from there, we can manifest. So that belief was super helpful, right? Because it made me feel like I don't have to do anything to create the desires or the state or the lifestyle or the job or the place. I don't have to actually do anything to create it. I just need to change myself to allow myself to experience that, because it already exists in the here and now. I'm just not aware of it. The second thing that really helped me is becoming very clear on exactly what I want, like authentically. And I kind of struggled with this one. I even still do, because I overthink things a lot. And when I think I want this thing, I always, my mind goes to another thing and like, oh, maybe if I just tweak that, that'll be a little bit better. But just getting very clear on what you want. And then secondly, as part of that is deciding to manifest it, right? So when you become very clear on what it is that you want, there's probably there might be like 5 variations of what you want, right? And they're all pretty authentic. You would be happy with all of them. And so that's kind of what I meant by the first part, is getting clear on like what that is. And then the second part is like actually deciding, of those 5, for example, deciding on that one. And that was huge for me, because like I said, I change my mind frequently. And I always feel like there's something better out there, and it's something that I'm working on. But yeah, when I think about the stuff that I've manifested in the past, I was clear and decisive with what I wanted. The next tool that really helped me with manifestation is basically a variation of Neville Goddard's techniques, which is what I did is just, frequently meditate on the idea of actually having it. Just sitting down, closing my eyes, relaxing deeply enough to a point where my thoughts kind of subside, and I can just really meditate on the idea of me having it, right? So that could be like affirming that I have blank, or I am blank, or just using my imagination to visualize it in some cases. But that was super helpful, doing that frequently. I remember for the job that I currently have, I was meditating on that several times a day for like a couple of weeks at least. It's kind of hard to say because I wasn't keeping track of it, but that's really worked out for me well. And then the next thing that really helped me, practicing gratitude daily, right? So far I have the beliefs, I have the intentions, I know what I want, I've set the intention to manifest it, and I'm sitting down and I'm doing the meditations and all of that. But it felt like to me that gratitude was the last thing that I needed to start to actually allow that stuff in my life. I've noticed myself, honestly, like a few years ago, right before I started to manifest all this stuff, I was at a pretty low point in my life. I was only focused on fear and lack. And when I started practicing gratitude, and I'll make separate videos for this too, because there was a book that really helped me with it. But when I started practicing gratitude, it just felt like my life is good and manifesting these things would make it even better. And it got me to a place of receiving good things in my life. And so that combination of looking around in my life and feeling good for the things that I do have made me feel like I'm receiving good things. And so my desires, rather than me being focused on the lack of them, they also started to become good things that could be in my life. Just like all the good things are in my life, those things could just be one of those things also. And so it really put me in that mindset of receiving, and that is super important. That changed everything for me. All right, guys. Well, that's all I got for this video. I hope that was helpful for you. If you like this content, please like, subscribe, comment down the tools that have helped you guys the most. Other than that, that's all I got. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.